Here we go.
194 million people.
I can see that. Like in what's considered to be Brisbane City. I could see that.
200 million.
There's going to be some serious fucking high rise going on. Yeah. That's
imagine
true
that, like down in Logan,
like
20 million.
That's
20
banking,
million.
in it. Truly. That development of land is going to be banking.
Banking. 400.
Banking
that's not long.
hard.
Like you think about the people who are successful today in Australia, and when they owned land like 200 years ago or 100 years ago, and you put forward 400 years in a family cycle of continuing ownership of land, and you look at like that 200 million people in Brisbane, and what the value of your property, for example, like where you live, where and I realize you're renting and stuff, but like in Logan, like how much that would be, like the value of that when you've got 21,000 people needing to live in a square kilometre, in this 20 million person city that's dealing with 200 million fucking. You have some tunnels there connecting those things together. It kind of like you can kind of. I mean, what's the? And okay, let me just work that out. Given the land area of Brisbane City Council, what is the people per square kilometre for the 194 million people?
Population growth.
It's pretty big, 15,000 square kilometres. 12,000 per kilometre.
So there's going to need to be some serious development happening to keep up with those numbers.
It's less dense.
Well, the further there's only so much you can expand. So until you get serious vertical super cities happening,
12,000 per kilometre.
Well, underground, like we've been talking about underground stuff going on and everything under the ground. Basically, duplicate what you got above it below. You know what I mean?
How many square metres?
Take up that space.
Interesting. 12,000 per square kilometre. So it's nowhere near as dense as Manila, but it's like the entire of the Brisbane City Council area being just as dense as New York City. Skyscrapers the whole way. It's this monster complex. It's interesting how it wouldn't really be like that. Like it would spill out. Like it would.
I think it would grade. Like there'd be
you just go further
higher
out.
buildings, and then it'd sort of spread to other parts, so that there's still green areas. Because as soon as you take away too much green from people, they get fucking pretty crazy.
At that point, is the green like I don't even know on top of like if you're in the current.
Unless it's integrated into the buildings, like we've been talking about, where you know what I mean, like some sort of reflective thing for catching the full day's light, like curved mirrors, where it sort of runs down the building and gives a reverse day's light to the one side of the building and the other, and gives distributed light in some sort of rebent way from curved mirroring, and the tops of the buildings would be pretty cool.
For 15, 21, 12,000 per square kilometre. Like what's the floor space per person, do you think? 100 square metres? I don't know. That's getting interesting. I think about that. But I just wonder how many floors it is. Because maybe in the centre of Brisbane you'd be looking at these kind of 200
I reckon they'd be close to what they've adopted already, which is one or two bedroom sort of stuff, but packed into multi-rise. Yeah,
like
pretty
200
much.
stories.
Or go underground, which still makes sense. You know what I mean? Like,
well, because 200 stories up, and then there's another 200-story building next to you. Like the people down the bottom are not got light. Like it is like it's crazy.
Well, that's what I was talking about. Having a system where it rolls. You know what I mean? Like these giant curved mirrors would then come and roll the light down the building during the day, like it reflect from one side to the other and then cast that light down the building as it curves, collecting the light from both sides. You know what I mean? Like so it gets even distribution of the light coming in to hit the bottom, so everyone gets a bit of light.
Giant sort of like solar balloons basically reflecting.
Yeah, or even just optic fibre it all the way down, like you said. It's big pipes just delivering that blistering sunlight through the little solar trees on top. To adopt that everywhere, have the little, and then you can even have gardens on the top. You know what I mean? And where the rain would fall on, and collectors and filters with the collectors with fish. And
you're looking at that map of Brisbane, and you think about that kind of density, like everywhere, like the whole area is as dense as New York City is now. Then you're kind of talking about something which is like these 200-story high skyscrapers going out to like 20-story at the edges or something, and just this. It actually kind of looks like this pyramid, this huge like arcing, like the hive cities,
like a plugged in. Yeah, you are the worker unit. Your job is to.
And I think we try and reduce it, so maybe we get it down to like 10,000 instead of 21. Like instead of 10,000, was it? 12,800. So instead of 12,000, maybe we get down to 6,000, and just Brisbane City's like spreads out. Well, that's actually quite a long distance. But it would have to get bigger.
But you could scale it, right? So that as it goes down,
people living all in
the solar panels on the tops, like you have them just. Even part of that whole tree system had the built-in energy transference from the normal solar panel generators. Like have that one feed from the little roots coming from the roof with the trees, right? Go onto panels inside where they generate the energy just through the transferred light for the underground parts. Yeah. Make those roots, have the full...
I like that. They're the lights.
Yeah.
Using the solar.
Yeah. And have that deep underground. Just like, light sources sprayed out or, kept together, depending on what you diffuse, what sort of lens you diffuse it through. Throw the throw the light out, hit a tube and shoot the light right through the tube. Carrying
Air
corners,
might be
creating like the signs and stuff. You know what I mean? Like the
air might be the harder one to like circulate than light. Like light's easy to get.
True. It'd be very dense down there, Si, and I think that's where some sort of fan system, which could also act as a energy generator. You know what I mean? Like up the sides of the buildings, have it so it not only creates the breeze, but when the it finally kicks off, like the heat or whatever, or the density from the bottom actually is used to propel like that. It's almost sucking like that low density system back up to the top for the full circulation.
And I was just looking as we were talking about this whole system that.
And where you've got the tree also has, because it's supposed to provide air, right?
The area
it has small nano pipes which bring the natural air from the outside down to the bottom.
Fans.
In some but in like a condensing system, which then gives updraft energy for pull the fans to pull out the other hot air and cycle.
Just so they're like big.
So the tree's doing both the energy, giving you the special energy.
And I think that like what we would do is then up to like Bribie Island, out to like Stradbroke and Morton, up to Bribie. But we would actually build that in, and the whole of Morteon Bay would become like the fresh water, or like the water basin. That's actually what we would do.
They dam that off. They dam it off, and then do the desalination on it. Yeah. But just to capture the area of water,
with special ways, like it's fully like filtered and no things allowed in there. It's just the water supply, like it's like all healthy and fucking fish.
Yeah, everything's been carbonated.
So the whole thing's carbonated.
Carbonated water until it's like the carbonation's taken out, and that's the best way of keeping it, because nothing can survive in carbonated water.